All right, good early Sunday morning, and yabba dabba doo, sports fans. Welcome to Shady Side Academy for your 14U Steel City Selects girls early Sunday morning action. You see the girls here to my left in their home whites with the black and gold trim, black helmets as always. And this morning we're going to be playing these Washington Pride girls. They're in their black uniforms with the gold trim, slightly different gold than our gold. No names on the back, just numbers and black helmets. This is their Tier 1 team, so we're playing them now, and then we've got their Tier 2 team at 11:50 this morning. We've got a minute 30 to go on the warm-up clock. Joey's on the music. He's cooperating with me today, unlike last week in Detroit where we had Captain Volume. And we will be back in about a minute and a half for some first period action. I'm going to mute it out and be back with you then. All right, we're going to do 3 at 15. Looks like we're going to get Walkoskis, Yenny, Stevens, Zivkovic, and Litz out here up front. Goaltender Eves in the pipes for this game. As we wait for the Pride to get organized, get final instructions, get out here for the game. Coach Black jiggled the lines a little yesterday in practice. We'll see where we end up today. Looks like we're starting with, as I said, Stevens, Walkoskis, Yenny, Zivkovic, and Litz out back. I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made in Detroit. We're going to get this huddle video going now so I don't get that messed up like I did in Detroit. As Stripes, who looks like he's about 14, skates out here for the start of the game. We'll get the huddle video going. And Stripes is going to get this game underway. Pride bring that draw back and bring it up the near side. And take it into the corner. A little blind with the fans and the wall. It's just the configuration of this. Yenny pokes it out. Here she comes. Stevens ahead. Yenny up the near wall. Dumps it. Doesn't get it very far. Into Walkoskis. Walkoskis shoots. Blocked. Come the Pride back the other way as Zivkovic falls. Holds it. Stevens tries to pick it up far wall. Can't. Pride center of the zone. They send it ahead, cut off by Litz. Litz throws it into Stevens, too far. Stevens throws it in front. Walkoskis didn't get a stick on it as it was bouncing, and here come the Pride the other way. They're going to go to change, and Litz is going to chase it down in the near corner. Litz in behind the net now, up the far wall. Too far for everybody, and they're going to need to chase it down as Yenny goes. You see Peets and Klein out here, and jumping out there with her is Makasenka. as we end up now with Marshall and Howe on the back end. Chloe back with us after missing our trip to Detroit. Pride throw it in behind their own goaltender. Makasenka cuts it off on the far wall. Pride pick it back up, come back the other way. Klein steps in front of that player, separates her from the puck. Makasenka picks it up, goes back the other way. They battle in front of the bench. Pride dumps it in. Howe's going to chase it down far wall, send it back into the bench area. They're going to rule a tip on that, and in behind the Pride goaltender it goes, where Pete's will go chase it down the reverse direction behind her. Claherty battling. Puck loose center of the zone. Howe steps up. Howe skating, dumps it into the far near corner. In behind for Peets. Peets chips it around. Claherty now puts a shoulder into a Pride player as Peets comes out of there with it. Peets tries to center, nobody there. They throw it to the far corner, where Peets throws it in behind now. Claherty in the near corner. They battle along the wall, beating and banging. I can't see it, neither can you. It's just the angle of this arena. As the puck bounces out, Marshall turns, throws it in as Makasenka heads to the bench. And Pride going to throw it in, and Howe's going to corral that. Send it over to the wall, where she collides with a Pride player. And they throw it loosely back to neutral. Mrazek skating hard. Claherty cut that off, held the zone, but we got Mrazek out here now with, looks like Claherty and can't see that far corner. Kinger. And we got Marshall and Howe still on the back end. Pride shot from the point, knockdown. Pride with another shot. We might have a string problem here, we'll see. And Marshall's going to clear. Up ahead to Claherty. Claherty up the near wall. She's got some room. She's going to shoot. Bad angle. Goaltender's going to glove that. We'll get our first stoppage with 11:59. Hey, Tina, if you're out there, let me know if it's still working in the chat, please. It froze for a second, but I think I'm back. As Walkowski's going to step in and take this one. Shot blocked to the far wall. We've got Walkowskis out here now with Yenny and Sherwood. As the Pride try to clear, it goes in behind the net. Back around to the backside. Sherwood stops it. They battle there. Dahl on the far point. Dahl shot. Knocked down before it gets through to the net. They continue to battle here, and it drifts out to neutral, where Kiesel sends it ahead. Pride pick it up, take it back the other way. Up the near wall. Back to neutral. And the Pride pick it up, send it across. Sherwood stopped, separated that play from the puck. Another Pride player picks it up, drop pass, center of the circles. Hit the pipe to Eves' right, your left on the screen. Back to the point, Eves covers that one up. And with 11:03, we're going to get another stoppage. So we'll come out this time with Peets, Klein, and Stevens. Zivkovic and Litz on back. As Litz picks it up behind the net, sends it up the near wall, where Klein's going to pick it up. She's got Peets and Stevens ahead of her. Stevens bounces that off the wall. Pride recovers top of their defensive zone. They send it ahead to neutral. Now we got a Pride player on a break here as Litz struggles to get back. Shot, another pipe. Pride player skated over that loose puck, had an open net on that near side. They battle in the corner. Litz comes out behind the net now. Litz hard around the wall. Pride hold on the far point. Stevens steps in front of that player. Puck up high. Klein drops it. Can't control it when she drops it. Zivkovic up ahead to Klein. Klein pushes it past Stevens. Back to neutral. Pride will regroup top of their zone. D to D. Up ahead. Up the near wall. Litz steps in front of that player with Klein. They battle along the near wall. You can't see it, neither can I. Now back to neutral. All the way down in the near corner, and we're going to get our first icing. So with 10:04, 10:03, clock ran a little extra there. We'll regroup, come back down here for a draw to Eves' right, your left. Got Marshall and Howe on the back end, and I see Makasenka, Kinger, and looks like Claherty up front. As Claherty comes over, pass to the far point, nobody out there. Shot Not sure if that hit Eves or somebody else. Either way. Stuttering pass for King. King didn't get a stick on it. Puck drifted across the goal mouth, and they couldn't bang it home. And here comes the Pride the other way. Clardy's flying up that near wall. And we're going to get an icing coming back the other way. So we'll come back down here. Clardy flying. Threw it in front. Got a shot. Rebound. Nobody could get a stick on it. So we're going to stick with Clardy, Kinger, and Howe. Marshall and Clardy, Kinger, and Makasenka. Marshall and Howe on the back end as they step in for this draw. Pride takes it behind the net. Up the near wall. They bank it out. Marshall. Marshall sends it across into Clardy's feet. King picks it up far wall. King dumps it. Pride cuts that dump off on the half wall. Now behind the net. Up the half wall they send it. Clardy's battling. You can't see it, and neither can I. They send it out. Here come the Pride the other way. Marshall's going to go to the wall, into the corner. They battle around behind. Kinger's going to pick it up. Shot in on Eves. Missed to the near side, over the near wall. Centering pass. Howe's up. Eves is going to cover that one up. All right, so we're going to come to the near circle now. Walkoskis with, I see Kiesel out there and Dull on the back end. Walkoskis, Yenny, and Mrazek up front. As puck goes to the near wall, Walkoskis going to send it ahead. Yenny banks it out. They battle along the blue line. Yenny keep under. Mrazek with pressure. They skated into the center. Around Yenny. Walkoskis pushing. They end up on the wall. Now Kiesel's going to pick it up, send it back up that wall. It on the way in, and that one got tipped on the way in, found the low left side of the net, and that puts the Pride up 1-0 with 8:14 to go, first period. They pick up the first goal. So out comes Peets Klein and Sherwood with Zivkovic and Litz on the back end with 8:14 to go, first period. Stripes will drop this puck. They drop it back. Up the near wall. In behind the net. Zivkovic cuts that off, chips it up the wall. Sherwood there. Sherwood sends it ahead, can't get it out. I'm sorry, Klein. That was Klein, not Sherwood. And in behind the net now. They're battling. Sherwood tries to send it up the wall, gets stopped by Pride player. They push it up the wall further. Pride holds the point. Drop pass to the point, shot from there, knocked down by Litz. And she clears it, and it's going to go for an icing. So with 7:35 to go, we'll get an icing and come back down here. And Stevens out here. Here comes Clardy. Clardy on a break. Clardy and the goalie. Clardy. Goalie made the save. Puck loose. Kinger. And we're going to get a whistle as it looks like maybe the net came off the mooring. Not really sure what the whistle was for. Net wasn't off the mooring. Ref just lost sight of the puck. She couldn't handle it. Marshall steps up, can't handle it. And it's a foot race. Howe's going to get there first. Turn it back the other way, but not out. As the Pride go up the far wall. They center it low in the far circle. Now they go in behind the net. Puck in front. Eves pokes at that with the goalie paddle. Over to the far wall. Pride hold it. Howe throws it past Stevens. Can't get it out. Clardy blocks it. Here comes Stevens and Clardy. Oh, Stevens put it ahead to Clardy. She was turned and didn't see it. And that's going to lead to the puck going into the near corner as the Pride got there first. Marshall holds. They battle on the wall. Now it comes out. And they're going to come back the other way as Marshall chases Howe. They push that player to the near corner. Stevens across to Kinger. Kinger overskated. Here comes the Pride the other way. They catch our D in a change. Kiesel trying to recover. Pride around that backhand. Eves gloves that one. And with 6:25, Eves with the stoppage will come here to the near circle. You may have seen Josie Panetta walking through the frame. I'm going to bring her up here at the break and give you an interview with her. As Pride shoots, that got blocked up between the circle, shot, missed badly to the near side, into the corner. Yenny picks it up there, sends it up the wall. It's going to go all the way down, and this will be an icing. So we'll come back down here. And I realize we get some focus issues at this rink. Sorry about that. It focuses on the crowd rather than the ice. It's just the logistics of this place. As Walkoskis steps in for this draw with Yenny and Makasenka out there. Dahl and Kiesel on the back end as they battle along the near wall. Puck comes back to neutral. Pride are going to stop and pick that up in the near corner. They send it around behind. Reverse direction now. Up ahead. They turn it back over, but they poke it back out as Makasenka stopped that player, makes him regroup. D to D pass, top of the defensive zone. Head pass here. They backhand it down the wall, and they go for a change. Walkoskis sent it back to Yenny. Yenny back to Walkoskis. Walkoskis up the far wall. Makasenka tried to pick it up, lost it, and Dahl couldn't pick it up, and here comes Pride the other way. Kiesel going to have to push this player to the wall. Centering pass, missed everybody, goes to the far corner. Pride. That pass cut off by Dahl, and here she comes. Dahl with Klein. Pete's trailing. Yenny goes for a change. Dahl deep. Stops. Dahl gets boarded there. Nothing. Net guard on the ice. Pride player slaps that out of the way. Comes out. Litz holds. She's in deep too now. Klein dancing through the center now. Klein turns, gets it on the forehand across to Litz. Litz shoots. Missed everything to the far side. Goalie didn't see that till the last second, but the aim was off. Klein tried to center. Dahl tried to center. Now Pete's behind. Pete's has a Litz streaking. Litz puts it right on the goalie. Goalie knocked that down with her chest. In behind the net now. Good chance for Litz. Just didn't convert. And get some contact there on the near wall. And here come the Pride back the other way. They chip it by Dahl. We're going to get a call. Looks like we're going to get a checking call here on the Pride. So your selects are going to go on the power play. We'll see who they send out for this power play. Looks like it's going to be Claherty out here with Kinger and Sherwood. Litz and Zivkovic on the back end. So we'll come down here to the near circle to run this power play with 4:38 to go. First period. We'll get a 90-second power play opportunity. So Kinger takes this draw, pushes it behind the net with a Pride pick it up. Sherwood applies some pressure. They take it into the near corner. They're going to bring it up the near wall here. Clardy cut that off. Centering pass for King. She couldn't get a shot off. She was heavily blanketed by a Pride player. They throw it by Zivkovic, and it's going to go down. They waved off the icing. Litz battling, sends it around. Claherty in the near corner. Claherty backhands it all the way through to Sherwood. Sherwood up ahead to Kinger. Kinger on the far wall. Kinger stops, turns, feeds Claherty. Nice pass. Claherty skies it over the net. And now they're going to battle back to the point to Zivkovic. Zivkovic can't get a shot through. We get Kinger battling. She throws it in behind the net, cut off by a Pride player. They chip it up off the glass past Litz. Claherty held that, whacked it in lower. Pride send it back out. Sherwood bangs it around behind for Kinger. Kinger tried to center, nobody there. Claherty in front, can't get a stick on it. She's pulled down. And we're going to get a penalty. We're going to get another penalty on the Pride as Litz is going to bring it up the near wall here. Eve's finally coming out. Pride's going to touch it up, and that'll be the second penalty on the Pride. They're going to get a trip. Pulled Claherty down in front of the net. So with 13 seconds to go, we'll come out here for 13 seconds of 5-on-3, and then we'll resume 5-on-4 action. No, maybe not. I thought he had his hand up. I thought they were going to call a penalty there. He must have had his hand up for icing. They pulled Claherty down. They didn't call it. I honestly thought they were going to call it. So the Pride coach is asking what's going on. Given when the whistle blew it, it sounded like a penalty call to me, but they must be changing their mind. So we've got a zebra debate with the Pride coach here. Let's see what happens. I thought they were calling a penalty based on when the whistle blew. And the Pride touched up. But they must have changed their mind. So we'll see what happens. And we got a Pride player moving down the bench. Well, maybe not. Oh, yep. We'll see. We are going to put a Pride player in the bench, in the box. So they are making a call here. I thought they were. There was some debate. So like I said, 13 seconds of 5-on-3, followed by a minute 17 of continued 5-on-4 power play. So by the time it's all done, we'll have 2:47 of power play. 13 seconds of which will be 5-on-3. Let's see if the girls could do anything here. We've got Stevens, Yenny, Wakauskas out here with Howe and Marshall as they finally get this all squared away. So we're going to play a little 5-on-3 hockey. Wakauskas is going to step in and take this draw. The 5-on-3 doesn't last long. Pride get it behind the net as Yenny battles for it. They're just going to throw it up the wall. Marshall hadn't gotten to that point yet. And that'll kill the 5-on-3 as Marshall regroups. They got 1 second left. Now it's 5-on-4. Marshall skating. Marshall still skating. Marshall shoots, misses far side. Puck loose in front. Yenny put it in front. Nobody there to get a stick on it. Pride are going to regroup, send it back the other way. Marshall cuts it off at the red line. They send it in, and now they're going to have to go chase it down. Pride pick it up, and they're going to send it back out. Pride up the far wall. They dump it in past Howe and Wakauskas. Howe's going to chase it down behind the net. Howe puts it up ahead. Can't get it through. Now they get it up to Wakauskas. She can't chase it down. She pokes it. And they chip it past Stevens, and out it goes. But it's going to be an icing. So we'll come back here to the near circle, far circle rather. Should be a far circle face-off. With 38 to go in the second penalty to the Pride, 2:29 in the period. Pete's out here now with Klein and Makasenka. We got Kiesel and Dahl on the back end shot, pushed to the far corner. In behind the net now, Pride. Pete's chasing. Pride up the near wall. Kiesel dropped back as they pushed that play to the wall. Puck to the far point. Slap shot missed badly to the far side. Never got through. Pete's knocked that down. She turns it over, goes into the far corner where Pride have it in the far circle. Now we got Makasenka picking it up. Can't get it out. Here comes Klein. Klein down the far wall. She's got one player to beat. She's got Makasenka trailing. Klein tried to get through there, couldn't. And was almost a trip, but the Pride player pulled back at the last second and avoided the penalty as they send it behind. Now Makasenka near wall. Makasenka out to Kiesel. Kiesel chips it in deeper. King behind the net. King over to Makasenka. Bounces off her skate, goes into the corner. And Pride recovering, send it out, where Dahl's going to have to chase it up the far wall. Dahl in front of the selects bench. They're going to chip it in, and that's going to be offsides. So with 1:27, we'll get a wholesale change. Looks like Mrazek, Claherty, and Kinger with Zivkovic and Litz on the back end for this draw in front of the selects bench. Claherty picks it up. She brings it over to the near wall here. She's going to turn and go up ice. She's going to dump it. Loses it here on the wall, and now the Pride come back the other way. Puck to the near wall. Pride pick it up. They come up the near wall. A little bit blind here as they go in behind the net. Litz picks that up. Litz backhands weakly up the wall. Pride cut that off easily. And Mrazek battling now. Puck bouncing out, top of the zone. D-to-D pass, near point. Shot. That got tipped high above Eves. Hit the glass. Pride far wall now, far point. It bounces out past that player on the far point. They're going to need to regroup. D-to-D pass a bit behind that defensive player. Up the near wall. We're a little blind, and it's going to go into the corner. And regroup. Litz picks it up. Litz bounces it hard around Mrazek. Got the hand up, and that's going to be an icing. So with 30.1 on the arena clock, we'll come back down here for a face-off. Should be the far circle. Marshall and Howe, Yenny, Sherwood, and Wakauskas. Yeah, Stripes tells him far circle. With 30 to go in the first, we'll get a draw. It goes in behind the net now. Howe's battling over there. Pride come out with it. Turn direction on Walkoskis, still battling behind the net. Up to the far point. Going to get a shot from there, blocked by Sherwood. Sherwood falls down. And she couldn't catch her legs to pick that puck back up as they send it back down the other way. They're going to call an icing. It was a late call, and it was a tip. Pride coach is right, it was tipped. Stripes were disorganized there. Puck was tipped. Now Stripes is going to go over there to take some abuse. And Walkoskis will take this draw with 3.6 left on the arena clock. It dies, goes into the corner, and that's the end of one. So we played one, Pride up one. I'll be back for two. So after last week's incident in Detroit, thought it was important to show you all in the period break. Josie Panetta is alive and well. She's here with us this weekend cheering the girls on. Obviously still injured after the incident, but she is here. She's alive and functioning. Josie, say hi.
Hi.
All right, I pulled her up here just so y'all know she's alive. She's going to go watch period number 2. She's sitting down with Josh and the baby, and we'll get into some period 2 action here. All right, so Pete Stevens-Klein with Dahl and Kiesel on the back end as Eves takes the pipes to my right. And we'll get period number 2 underway as the puck drifts in behind the Pride goal. They're going to push it out to the point. Stevens cuts that off, sends it down into the corner as she gets bodied a little bit, and here comes the puck the other way as Dahl spins, turns, throws it out back to neutral. They bring it in the near wall. Dahl cuts that off. Stevens gets a stick in there, sends it across to Kiesel. And they still can't get it out as they take it over to the far wall. Klein bodies that player. Stevens pushing, can't get it out. Klein can't get it out. Now Peets goes over and applies some pressure. Peets picks it up this time. Peets skating. Peets can't get it out. Kiesel chops at it, goes up and hits a player on the Pride bench, and we'll get a draw in the zone. With 14-13 to go. Second period. Wholesale change. Litz and Zivkovic on the back end with Clardy, Makasenka, and Kinger. Go to the far circle to Eves' right. You're left on the screen. Draw there, Pride. Clardy pushes it out. Here she comes up the ice. Makasenka trailing. Clardy spins, stops, turns. Goaltender makes a blocker save high up into the glass. Into the near corner now. Clardy skating out with it again. Clardy still skating with it. Clardy across for Litz. Litz from the far wall throws it along the ice, never gets through. Pride pick it up behind the net. Send it over to the near wall. And out they come. They send it in behind Eves. It's going to take an odd bounce where Litz is going to pick it up. Litz is going to send that around. Not out as the Pride hold their far point. It danced down to the top of the circle, still dancing. Clardy gets a stick in there. Down low, shot. Eves blocks that out. Clardy will pick it up on the far wall. Here she comes. She's going to dump it by everybody, but it's going to catch the glass and bounce awkwardly out of play, and we're going to come back down here. So we'll go to the far circle to Eves' right. The left on your screen. Josie was a little too tall for the camera, and I didn't redo the angle because it messes everything up. But wanted you to know she's okay after taking a beating in Detroit last week. Howe up the near wall. Sends it all the way down. Stripes puts his arm up, and we're going to get a whistle. So we'll come back down here with 13:09. So Walkoskis, Mrazek, and I can't see the third player. We got Howe and Kiesel on the back end. Or Howe and Marshall on the back end. That's Yenny on the far side. I'll get it right. It's still early. Up the near wall. Mrazek chips at it. Can't get it by the point. They shoot from there. Knocked down by Marshall. Hit a skate. Over to the far wall. Marshall applies pressure. Separates that player from the puck. Walkoskis jumps it. Over to Yenny. Yenny backhands it past that Pride player. They're going to chase it down the far wall. Pride going to pick it up. Come back the other way. Around Mrazek. Chip it up the wall. Howe picks that up. Howe across for Yenny. Yenny chips it in. Deep behind the net now, where Mrazek's going to go battle. They're in the corner, behind Yenny. Up the wall, past one player. Marshall holds, chips it down past Walkoskis and Yenny. This time they'll clear it through the center of the zone. It's going to go all the way down. They're going to call that on a tip, which I did not see. And Howe's going to pick that one up. Howe turns. Howe throws it up. Walkoskis was calling for it. They're going to battle along the blue line. They poke it into the corner where the Pride comes out with it. Klein chasing. Klein and Sherwood converge, separate that player from the puck. Klein throws it in deeper, at least tries to. Center's nobody there. And here comes back the other way for the Pride. They dump it down the near wall. Marshall's going to go chase it behind the net. Pride player fell into the wall where Peets picks it up behind now. Peets falls down hard into the wall. Centering pass. Howe prevented that player from getting a stick down as the Pride pick it up near point. They skate around everybody, shot, missed badly to the near side. Howe stops, turns, gets bodied off the puck, gets pulled down, and then they sat on her. They're still sitting on her. Now she's finally up. Over to the near point. They chipped it out, and nobody realized it, and back it comes, where the Pride are going to regroup as Howe's still eyeing up the player that tackled him back here. Marshall on the far wall. Peets pokes it back into the zone. Klein shoulders but can't separate the puck. Now ahead to Peets. Peets leaves it for Klein. Klein dumps it down the wall. Pride send it back the other way. Sherwood holds it there on the point. Stripes is in the way. Klein overskated it, and they chip it back to Marshall. Marshall throws it in, and it's the period of the long change, and half the team was offsides, maybe more. So we're going to draw in front of the selects bench here. Stevens, Kinger, Clawherty. Oh, we're going to come to neutral ice here. Stevens, Kinger, Clawherty, Kiesel, and Dahl on the back end as they take that draw. Stevens now. Stevens skating. Stevens puts it across for Clawherty, who can't handle it. Bouncing puck. They turn, throw it ahead. It's going to go by everybody. No icing as that hit Eves. And now the Pride are going to come the other way. Pride shoot. Eves got a stick on that, tipped it up high into the protective netting, and we'll get a whistle. 10-17 to go in the second. So we'll, Stripes is going to come here to the near circle. I'm going to put that one in the far circle, but he sees it differently as we get this draw up to the near point. Spinning, turning, shooting. Knocked down by Kiesel. Clawherty, be careful there. Got a stick into the skates as Kiesel tried to throw it out. Couldn't get it out. Stevens whacking. Pride player dancing. Comes all the way around everybody and then shoots high over Eves. As that puck's loose behind the net, King picks it up. King bounces it off the wall. Clawherty's knocked. It comes out. Clawherty's going to have to turn on the Jets. Clawherty's going to get there, but she's going to overskate. She did have the girl beat, but she overskated it as Dahl picks it up, sends it back the other way into the near corner. It's going to go all the way down, and Pride are going to pick it up behind their own goaltender. Clawherty applies some pressure. They drop it back. Stevens tried to cut that off, couldn't. Dahl holds it, throws it into the near corner as Stevens and Clawherty head to the bench. Yenny and Makasenka come out. They throw it back into the center of the zone. Pride does, can't get it out. Now they do back to neutral. Pride up the far wall. Kiesel separates that player from the puck. Makasenka chipped it out. They send it in deep. I heard our fans yelling for too many. Seemed like they changed through different doors there, which could create a challenge. Back to neutral. Walkoskis coming into the center of the zone now. Over to the far wall, loses the puck. Stops, turns, loses an edge. Pride picked that up. Litz is going to hold at least momentarily, and now they're going to come the other way. And Zivkovic's the only one back. She got a stick in there, chipped it to the wall. They recover. They put it in front. It goes off the side of the net now into the near corner. They're going to battle there. continue to battle. Pride player back to the top of the point. Shot from there. Eves knocked out over to the far wall. Where Litz is going to pick it up. Send it in behind the net, Pride. Pride, turning, dancing, turning. Throws it in front. That player didn't get a stick on it, and this one will drift out. And they'll regroup. D to D. Walkoskis stood her up at the line. Didn't work. Litz, deep, throws it up the far wall. Into the bench area. It's in Yenny's feet. Yenny can't get it out. They throw up by Litz. Now behind the net. Pride center. They puck loose in front. Mrazek gets there. Mrazek picks it up. Here she comes up the near wall. She'll get it out as she gets bodied. Now they're battling, still battling along the near wall. Mrazek's a fighter today. She throws it in front. Goaltender made a save there. That was Yenny chipping at it. Over to the near wall. Throws it in front again. Mrazek can't get there. She turns, spins, gets a little bit on it, off the side of the net. As puck's in behind the net now. They battle up the far wall. They get it back to center. Zivkovic's going to send that back the other way. Not far enough for an icing. In behind the net now, Pride, as Klein bodies the player. They both fall down. They continue to battle over there. You see Pete's in the battle. A couple of Pride players, Pete's and Klein. In behind the net now, Pride. Up the far, near wall rather. Hal's going to have to retreat as the puck comes by her. And we're going to get a slashing call here. We'll see on who. It's going to be on the Pride slashing call. So we'll get a power play opportunity here for the Selects with 6:59 to go. Second period, we're going to send out Claugherty with King. And can't see who's in the corner. Sherwood looks like. With Howe and Marshall back on this power play. So they take the face off. In behind the net, Pride. They throw it up the wall. Here they come the other way. Down the far wall, short-handed. Howe applying pressure. In behind the net now. All the way around. Comes out. No icing. They wave it off into the near corner. Where the Pride player is going to reverse on Sherwood. Around King. And up the near wall. Going to chip it by Howe. Gain the red line dub. Good power play. Penalty kill strategy as Marshall picks it up behind the net. Marshall loses it, regains it. Here she comes up the far wall. Marshall still skating with it. Marshall in deep, loses the puck. Claugherty covers her high. As Marshall's going to battle behind the net. Now the Pride pick it up, come back the other way. Bounces it high up and over the glass, and we'll get a whistle. 6:02 on the arena clock, 33 seconds to go on the power play. Get a change here, and Kiesel and Dahl for the back end, and it looks like Stevens, Yenny, and Walkoskis for the front end. As Walkoskis is going to skate in for this drop. With 6:02 on the arena clock, they dump the puck in. Pride are going to get there first. They reverse direction up to the far wall, now back behind the net. Steven up the far wall, short-handed, 15 to go in the penalty. Still up the far wall as Kiesel pushes that player to the corner. She whacks at the puck, sends it around to Yenny. Yenny sends it, can't get it out of the point. Shot at the point, knocked down by Walkoskis into the near corner, where the Pride are going to pick it up back to the point. Stevens applies some pressure there, and Dahl will finally get it out. Tried to put it across to Yenny, it was behind her, and the Pride are going to regroup, penalty over even strength. Pride, cross ice pass all the way in front of their bench. Kiesel will chase this down. Likely going to take it around behind the net. She does. Up to Stevens. Stevens to Walkoskis. Walkoskis up the near wall. She chips it into the corner. In behind the net where Yenny, they chip it past her. Now they're going to come up through the center. They send it up through the center where Kiesel's going to pick that up. Kiesel up ahead to Pete's, and the period of the long change bites us again as we're going to be offsides at 4:50 to go. Second period. So we'll go to the dot in front of the bench. Pete's, Klein, Makasenka, Litz, and Zivkovic. Puck into the zone, and Klein dancing with it, backhands. Pride pick it up. Klein stops that, can't hold it. Litz throws it in, but Peets wasn't out, and we're offsides again. Back to the same circle. Same circle, same players, different time on the clock for another draw. 4:41 in the arena. I'll hold a couple of seconds here and get back in sync, which I've now done, and Zivkovic sends that in. Makasenko can't get there, and back out it comes. Zivkovic had fallen down, which allows this Pride player behind. Litz. Nice hustle by Litz to come over and help her D player who had fallen down, and there comes Klein. She overskates it, but does manage to poke it out. Now Makasenko picks it up far wall. She's got Peets streaking. She puts it over to Peets. Peets tried to give it back to Makasenko and never got there and got covered by the Pride goalie. Was a chance, but it was a little sloppy as they were having trouble controlling a bouncing puck. And we'll get a draw in that far circle. Mrazek, King. Is it Stevens over there? No, it's Claherty over there. And Zivkovic and Litz on the back end. Litz from the point gets a shot, misses far side. Got through everybody, but missed. And they battle along the wall here. Throw it in deeper. Pride picked that up. Mrazek chasing. They reverse direction on her, and now they're going to come up the near side. Outlet pass ahead. Zivkovic chipped at it. They still chip it ahead, and here it goes down the near wall. Litz comes over. Litz chasing. They send it all the way around, and Pride are going to get their first chip it in deeper. 3:45. Pride behind the net. They send it in front, cut off by Kinger. Kinger can't get it out. And now they're going to battle in behind. As they battle along the near wall here. Pride hold on the far wall. Shoot. Tipped, missed near side, into the corner. Claherty can't get it out. They send it in deeper. Litz behind the net. Litz chips it around one Pride player. Another Pride player skates up and picks it up. Screened by her own players. Litz tips it up. Claherty picks it up now, battling along the wall. Claherty down in behind the net now. 3 minutes to go. Zivkovic up, can't get it out. Pride hold, now King. King can't get it out. Pride in front of the net, turning, they've got space. They shoot, Eves got something on that one and knocked it high over the net. Pride still low, out to the near point. Shot, missed badly to the far side. Claherty's gonna get over there. We've gotta get this puck out, Malia. Claherty gets absolutely bodied, and we're gonna get a call on the Pride here. Claherty got bodied on the wall. So we're going to get another Pride player heading to the bin for a call that was verbalized but not demonstrated. I'm going to have to guess either roughing or checking. So we're going to go with Walkoskis, Yenny, Sherwood, Howe, and Marshall. 2:36 in the period, minute 30 on the penalty. We'll go to the far circle here as Josh is digging in the diaper bag. Picking up some supplies. Looks like he's got to make a change here. Puck in behind the net. Now Pride picked that up. They chip it around past Sherwood. Oh no, he just picked up a blanket for the baby. Rebecca Marshall hold the baby. Centering pass tipped up high. Marshall's going to retreat to the point, throw it in deeper. In behind the net now. Sherwood needs to go work in the corner. We won't see it. We'll see the result as it comes out behind to a Pride player, who throws it up ahead to another Pride player, and they're going to come up the far wall. They get around Marshall. Howe needs to hurry. Howe got there and disrupted it a little bit, but not enough, and as they shot, one of our defensive players got a stick on that one, and it went high, and I think it tipped off Howe's stick. And they scored a shorty, which is always difficult. So now we're going to get Stevens, Peets, and Klein out here with Dahl and Kiesel on the back end, as they pick up a shorty with 2:02 to go, 57 seconds in the power play. Peets. Peets enters the zone. Turns it over to a Pride player on the near wall. Stevens battles. They bring it up the wall. Peets up the far wall now with Klein streaking. Peets gains the center of the zone. Peets! Backhand by Melanie Peets finds the top left side of that net. Peets picks up the power play goal and cuts the deficit to 2-1. All right, so Pete scores a power play goal on the backhand and cuts the deficit to 2-1 with 1:44 to go. We'll stick with Pete, Klein, and Stevens as the power play's over now. Pete's aggressively in there, can't get the puck. They battle along the half wall. Now it comes down. Nice pass by the Pride, and they recover that one quickly. They came up the near wall, they cut it across. Eves didn't have a chance on that one, and it's now 3-1 with a nice backdoor pass. The back door was open, and they found it. So they recover quickly on that one. It's now 3-1. That one, she didn't have a chance on that one with the way they came. So now we're going to go with Kinger, Makasenka, and Claherty with Litz and Zivkovic on the back end. As this faceoff comes to the near wall. Pride regroup top of their zone, D to D pass. Claherty gets a stick in there. They skate around her as she skates the other way. Makasenka, same thing. Now they're going to battle along the wall as they chip it in deeper. Past everybody, Claherty goes to work behind the net, picks it up there, loses the puck deep in the circle, stops, turns, throws it up the wall, knocked down by a Pride player who picks it up, comes out. Now Kinger loses it. Pride along the near wall now. In low, centering pass, another post. Pride shot, Eves knocked that one high over the net. So that's the third post they've hit today. As they skate in with it again through heavy traffic. Still skating, shoot, puck loose in front as Zivkovic clears that off. They skated across top of the zone with that one in what seemed like forever, and now ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka up the near wall. I can't see it, neither can you. In behind the net now, Pride. Pride player loses an edge, and they battle in the corner. Another one picks it up, takes it in behind the net. 33 to go around Makasenka. They battle up the wall. Centering pass, it got through. Litz got just enough on it to disrupt it as they throw the puck behind the net into the near corner where the Pride battle. Zivkovic battling, Pride back to the point. Center, top of the zone. They find the low right side of that net. Now it's 4. And you can feel it starting to unravel here a little bit. We hung with them for a while, but you can feel it starting to unravel a little here. So that's 4 as they beat Eves low to the right. So now we'll send out Mrazek with Walkoskis and Yenny, Howe and Marshall on the back end with 11.3 to go on the arena clock. As Mrazek chips it ahead, Pride pick it up. They send it up the far wall with 6 to go. They chip it by Marshall. They recover behind the net. They center. They're there, puck loose, and that's going to do it for 2. So we played 2. It's now 4-1. Now mute it out and be back for 3. All right, we're going to come out for 3 here. Stevens out here with Peets and Yenny as they continue to shake it up in front. Kiesel, some type of a stripes problem here. He's talking to a Pride player about her alignment on the draw. As they're going to do it again. This time they do it. They draw it back. They send it up. Yenny got a tip on that one, but couldn't stop it. Comes all the way through, and Eves is going to direct that to the wall. Where Howe is going to whack at it. Stevens is going to pick it up, overskate it. She chipped it off the wall, not out. Pride far wall. Shot. Eves knocked that down. It's loose in front. Kiesel sends that to the near wall. Kiesel ahead. And we're going to get an icing. So we'll come back down here. We'll get change underway as Dahl comes out with Marshall, and we see Walkoskis, Klein, and Makasenka on the front end. Near circle face-off here. 14:37 to go. As we're going to battle here. Puck drifts into the center zone. Maxenko picks that up. She loses it over to the far wall. Pride knocked that deeper. Dull going to turn, throw it, try to throw it up the wall, doesn't get it there. Pride, they come out front, shoot loose in front. Eves gets down there and covers that one up, and we'll get a whistle. 14-20. Eves will cover that one up, and we'll come to the near circle. See the audience numbers fluctuating here, which leads me to believe we might be having some connection issues. Numbers keep dropping and rising, so I don't know if people are coming out back in. D to D pass, top of the point. Shot from there, tipped and knocked to the far side. As that puck's going to go all the way down. Stripes has his arm up, and that will be an ice. So we'll come back down here again with 14:06 to go. Looks like we're going to go to the near circle again. So Kinger will step in here with Clardy, Mrazek, as they take it to the point but not out. Goes in deeper now. Pride player's going to skate behind the net with it. King and Zivkovic battling back there now. Pride come out of there with it. They stop, they turn, they throw it right through the goal mouth to the near wall. And this time they do get it out back. Pride pick it up at the red line. They clear the zone and dump it. And Litz is going to pick it up there. Pride player will take it off her. King's there. That's about all I can see. Pride top of the zone. It comes out. They have to wait for the zone to clear. It does. They go down the far wall. King picks that up, turns it right back over to a Pride player. Drop to the near point, shot. Knocked down by Litz. Over to the far wall. Around Zivkovic. Through Mrazek, and King gets her stick on that one. Dumps it out. Clardy chasing, not going to get there as the Pride send it back the other way. You see Pete's out here now. Sherwood comes on. Sherwood has it, puts it across to Clardy. Clardy through neutral ice. She dumps and goes to the bench as Pete's and Sherwood are going to need to go dig that out. Pete's playing against the wall there, can't get the puck. Pride send it ahead. Yanni streaking on the ice, holds it at least momentarily. And now they come back the other way up the near wall. Kiesel battling. As they send it in deeper and go for a change. Kiesel around to Howe. Howe up ahead to Yanni. Too far, she can't handle it. And now they're going to bring it up the near wall again. Near wall. In around the back. They're battling that corner. We'll get the result. We won't see the play. As puck drifts out now. Pride have to wait for the zone to clear. Sherwood poked it, but the Pride are back and they pick it up. The ice is definitely tilted in the favor of the Pride here as it goes into the near corner. They're going to battle there again, and Pride are going to come out of there with it up to the near point. They're going to turn and hold. Dump it in deeper. Back to the point, shot missed near side. Where it's going to go over to the wall, and Howe's not going to get there first. Walkoskis up ahead to Stevens. Stevens back to Walkoskis. She's got some space. She's going to go up the near wall. Walkoskis stops, turns, surveys, hits Stevens in the center. She couldn't handle it. Back to Walkoskis. Walkoskis puts it in front for Klein, who couldn't handle it. And now we turn. Walkoskis holds it. Walkoskis shoots. Goalie's going to easily direct that to the far corner, where they're going to work behind the net now. Stevens got a stick on that, but the Pride player still chipped it through. And now we go back to Marshall. Marshall to Dull. Dull up to Klein. Klein dances with it, gets around one player, gets around another player, still skating. Stevens gets a shot off. Goalie knocked that to the far wall, where the Pride are going to pick it up, regroup. Walkoskis disrupted that one. They're battling on the wall, down in the corner to Stevens. Stevens throws it in front, can't hit Klein. They battle. Walkoskis chips at it, back to neutral ice, where Marshall picks it up. Catch the Pride in a change. Marshall skates it in, loses it down the wall as the Pride pick it up down there. Stevens tipped that with her stick and skates over top of Marshall's stick. And down the far wall they're going to come. King comes out of there with it, dumps it deeper. King out there now with Pete's. I see Dull and Marshall, and Clardy joins the play. Marshall cheats in trying to hold it. Pride pick that up, come back the other way. Here they come up the near wall. They turn, stop, cut off at the blue line. This time they will get it in. They dance right around Marshall. They get Dull turned the wrong way. Oh, she was open on the back door, missed a wide open net. That would have been 5. The back door was open. She just didn't connect on it. As Clardy comes up the near wall, dumps it into the far corner. She's battling with a Pride player. In behind the net. Now Litz can't get a stick on it. She regroups now. She'll turn. As the Pride dump it in down the near wall, 9:39 to go. They're battling in the corner there. Litz is going to come out behind the net now. Litz around. Dumps it ahead. Clardy's knocked. This maybe prevent the icing if she gets there. She does, but loses the puck as she's knocked down. And here comes the Pride the other way. Klein applies some pressure. Walkoska steps in and sticks it out of there, but the Pride are going to clear. And they raise the hand for the icing, but based on the angle, it was never going to get there. As they send it back ahead the other way. Clardy up the near wall. Clardy with a bouncing shot. Puck loose in front. Walkoskis didn't get a stick on it. They all over skate. Klein's going to go do some work now in the corner. Stripes get out of the way. Klein loses her stick. Pride player kicking at it. Walkoskis puts a hip into her. And they're battling. Up the wall, Pride. They continue to battle. Klein gets a stick in there, pushes the player to the wall. Litz throws it back up that wall. Yenny can't get it out as the Pride hold the point. They throw it in deeper, where Litz is going to go work, and the Pride are going to come back up the near wall with it. Back into the circle, up to the point. Shot from there missed, knocked down by Walkoskis. It would have missed badly to the wide side as Walkoskis comes up the far wall. She stops, she turns. Weird centering backhand pass to Yenny. Couldn't handle it over to the near wall as Walkoskis heads to the bench. 8:04. We'll get a draw in what should be the near circle. King, Sherwood, and Stevens out here with Howe and Kiesel. So King's going to take this shot, face-off. King draws it right back through our defensive players where Howe's going to regroup. Send it ahead. It's going to bounce off Sherwood, not into the zone. Stevens kicks it into the zone, but the Pride are going to regroup and send it back the other way. Up the near wall. 7:49 to go. They continue to battle. Do Kiesel and Kinger. Kinger picks this one up now. Kinger skating with it. In behind Stevens. Kinger up the near wall, throws it into the center zone where the Pride cut that off. They take it in behind their own goaltender. They reverse direction. Get a stick in there. She does, but the Pride player recovers. Kiesel gets a stick in there, and Eves gloves that one. With 7:14 to go. So we'll get a draw, and I see the replay that I watched live jumping a little bit, so have some connection issues, which is unusual here at SSA. Puck back out top of the zone as it goes across. Dahl chips it ahead, drifts over into the near corner. Pride around Mrazek, up the near wall, shot. Eves gloved that one. It's still loose. They're still whacking at it. It wasn't covered, and Stripes lost sight of it and covered it up. So it was 6:51. We'll come to the near circle for another draw here. As Peets took that draw back to the point. Put it in the front. Marshall knocked that down. She's going to pick it up and come the other way with it. She can't get it out as the Pride throw it deeper off Mrazek. Marshall tried to send it, tried to dump it, couldn't. Marshall with a turnover. Pride player missed to the far side by about 6 inches from this angle. They hold it on the far point, push it down the wall. Now they have it top of the circles. Marshall fell down. Shot, missed the near side. That was closer than it looked. And now Dahl's going to pick it up in the corner. Dahl turns up the wall, loses it to a Pride player. Try to go up the wall. She gets tackled in the corner, and I think Dylan Dahl's hurt. She hit her head right off the wall. Stripes needs to blow that whistle. Dylan hit her head off the wall, and I suspect she might be hurt here. She's getting up slow. She went down, head into the wall, so we'll see. She's shaking her head like she's okay. She skates off gingerly. We'll see what happens. She got hit, and would erode mask down the wall, so we'll see. She took a seat on the bench over there. Doesn't appear to be too worse for the wear. Coach Black checking on her. Stevens checking on her. Go to the far circle now, 6:08 to go. Walkoskis will step in here. Wide open player shot. Eves got the blocker on that at the last minute and sent it high. They're battling in that near corner, which we can't see. Now they bring it around behind the net, reverse direction. Centering out to the top of the circle. D to D pass, point shot. Knocked down by, that was Walkoskis. They get it out. Claherty's going to have to hustle. She's going to get there, but she fell down. She never really had control of the puck as it comes back the other way. Litz across to Zivkovic. Zivkovic gains the red line, dumps. But with this disciplined Pride team, that's not going to work. Out. Litz at the point. Litz throws it on the goalie. Goalie's going to glove that in the breadbasket. Here with 5:24, we'll come to the near circle. So Stevens, Kinger, and Yanni come out here with Howe and Kiesel on the back end. As Dull was up, she's sitting back down now, so she appears to be okay. Kinger's going to take this draw. Put it right on the net, drifted over to the far corner, though, where Stevens gets in there and battles. Pride player whiffed on it. Stevens falls down. Puck comes out. Kiesel turns it back the other way, but not out. As the Pride pick it back up. Puck high over the net to the far wall, where they're going to push it. Gets it. They push it out. Pride pick it up. They chip it ahead. Kinger can't control it. Pride there. They turn behind the net. They chip it around past Stevens and regroup to Howe. Howe's going to dump it in behind the goaltender. It'll bounce off the back of the net. Pride will get there first, take it around to the far wall. Pride will clear it through the center as Howe couldn't hold it. She's going to turn and dump it, but Stevens and King hadn't gotten out. And with 4:26, they will be offsides. And we'll do it again. We'll go to the circle in front of the Pride bench. Audience is down to 5, which leads me to believe we're still having streaming problems. Well, no, Stripes is going to bring it back to center ice. Now Mrazek picks it up. Mrazek over to Peets. Peets dancing with it. It goes through Mrazek's feet. Over to the wall. And it bounces out. Goes back up ahead, where Marshall puts a shoulder and turns it back the other way. Pride player picks it up, brings it across the top of the neutral zone. And they drop it down into the far corner with 3:55 to go. Marshall battling back there with the Pride player. Peets joins the battle now as Marshall fell down, got up. Pride still beating and banging. They throw it in front of the net. Mrazek cut that off. Mrazek turns. Mrazek sends it up the wall, but not out as the Pride send it in deeper. They continue to battle. Send it ahead. Goes past Stripes. Marshall picks it up. Marshall turns. Throws it back out to neutral where Klein's going to beat and bang. Walkoskis joins. Pride player picks it up along the wall. Klein's still battling. Klein falls down. Marshall throws it up. Goes all the way down, and they wave it off. Pride pick it up behind their own net. 3 minutes to go. Makaseka cut that off. Walkoskis got a stick in there, couldn't handle it, and now here come the Pride the other way. Around Marshall, it turns into a break. She danced right by Eves as Klein tackles Eves, trying to catch up, and that's now 5. She danced right by Eves and put it in the far side of the net, so that'll be 5. So Peets comes out here with Claherty and Kinger. They drop the puck with 2:51 to go. They send it up the near wall. In behind. Howe. Howe bounces it around to Litz. Litz outlets for Claherty, who got stepped in front of, and it's going to go all the way down. They wave off the icing. 2:31. King got a stick on that and stopped it. Now Peets. Peets dances in with it. Peets tried to put it to King, goes off the side of the net. Peets still dancing. loses the puck to the near corner. Peets turns, throws it in front, nobody there. Claherty catches it. She immediately gets bodied. And here come the Pride 2-on-1 with Litz. They're going to call it offsides. So with 2:11, we'll come to what should be the dot in front of the Selects bench. And we're going to bring out Walkoskis, Klein, and Sherwood, with Kiesel and Marshall on the back end. As that puck drifts all the way across, Klein will try to get there first. She chops at it, doesn't get it out. They battle along the near wall. You'll see the result when I do. They continue to battle along the wall. Got a reaction off the bench, so I don't know what that reaction was for, because I couldn't see it. As they continue to battle in front of me here. Puck drifts in now. Pride going to pick it up in front of their own goaltender. Skate around Sherwood. Walkoskis. They continue to battle on the near wall. Here Klein. Pride player picks it up, skates in with it. Eves gets a glove on that one. With 1:28 to go. So Peets, Yenny, and Mrazek come out here with Zivkovic and Litz on the back end. We come to the near circle with 1:28. Let's go! Stripes drops this puck. Litz bangs it up the wall, but not out. Near point, far point, center of the zone. Shot. Oh, and they buried it from there, and that's 6. So with 1:19 to go, it's 6-1. She buried it from the Shady Side logo. So we'll come back to center now. Claherty with King and Makasenka. As we got Howe on the back end, and I see Kiesel skating up here. So with 1:19 to go. Pride are going to pick that up, skate right around Claherty, and here they come up the near wall. Kiesel separates that player from the puck, pushes it up the wall, but it does come out. Here comes Claherty. Claherty with Makasenka trailing. She puts it over to Makasenka. Makasenka gets bodied, loses the puck. It goes to the far corner. As Howe steps in, cuts it off. Howe tries to put it across for Claherty. Hit her stick. Claherty couldn't handle it. Bouncing puck. Out to the point to Kiesel. Kiesel pushes the player, pushes the puck. And it's going to drift out as Kiesel picks it up, sends it back in, and the Pride pick it up and send it back out. Ahead to Kiesel. Kiesel up to Makasenka. Makasenka dances around one Pride player. The cross for King never got there. 36 to go. And what's been a lopsided game since mid-second period when it started to fall apart. As the Pride come up the far wall, they're going to dump it, go for a change, 25 to go, and that's going to probably just about do it as Kiesel chips it around. 20 to go, puck on the near wall. As it drifts back on their net, this will definitely do it with 15 to go. They push it out. Makasenka cut it off. Goalie throws that to the far corner. They skate in behind Stripes as Howe tried to get that puck. Kiesel fanned on it with 0.5 to go. That'll do it. So the girls fall 6-1 this morning to this Pride Tier 1 team. We'll be back in a couple hours to play their Tier 2 team. I'll bring in the handshake action, and we'll see you in a few hours from Alpha.